My girlfriend said, "Let's just be friends," I replied, "Perfect. We'll make it work as adults." Then I handed back her key, drew hard boundaries, cut off the shared accounts, and watched her smile fade at game night right as her best friend texted me an invite that changed everything. "Welcome back to Family Tales." She said, "Let's just be friends." After 2 years together, I said, "Perfect." As you listen, ask yourself what you would do if someone tried to keep you close after ending the relationship. 3 weeks ago, my girlfriend Tara, 26, sat me down on a random Thursday night and delivered the line every guy hears but never expects to hear from the person he lives with. "We need to talk." I already felt it in my stomach. We had been together 2 years and lived together for 1. We had been talking about future plans, even her sister's wedding next summer where I was supposed to be her +1. I thought we were solid. I said, "Okay." She took a breath and said, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you anymore. I think we should transition to being friends." I blinked. "Transition?" "Yeah," she said quickly, like she was pitching something reasonable. "We get along so well. Same friend group, similar interests. We'd make amazing friends, but not amazing partners. I just need to find myself, explore who I am outside of us, but I don't want to lose you completely." I remember staring at her like I was trying to understand the shape of her words. "So you want to break up," I said, "but keep me around?" Her face tightened. "When you say it like that, it sounds bad. I just think we're better as friends. We can still hang out, still be part of each other's lives." Then I noticed something that made my chest go cold. She had already packed a bag, not halfway packed, zipped. Sitting by the door, she saw me looking and said, "Marissa is picking me up in an hour. I thought I'd crash with her while we figure out the living situation." "The living situation," I repeated. "Well, yeah," she said. "We need to sort out the apartment, but there's no rush. We're adults. We're friends. We can make this work." This was the first moment I realized she had a whole plan and I was just being invited to play my assigned role in it. I sat there processing 2 years of someday turning into friends in one conversation. Then I said, "Okay." Her head lifted. "Okay." "Yeah," I said, calm. "Let's be friends. You're right. We can make this work as adults." And Tara smiled, relieved, like I had just agreed to the perfect deal where she gets to leave, but still keeps my time, my attention, and my comfort whenever she wants it. "Oh, thank God," she said. "I was so worried you'd hate me or make this difficult. See, this is why we're perfect as friends." She left that night. Marissa picked her up. Marissa gave me a look that felt like pity. I just waved and closed the door. The next morning, I did exactly what Tara asked. I treated her like a friend. And that's when I learned Tara and I did not mean the same thing by the word friend. At 7:00 a.m., she texted me. "Hey, hope you slept okay. Could you drop off my work laptop? I forgot it in the rush." I replied, "Sure, I'll leave it at the front desk of your office Monday." She wrote back, "Can't you bring it by Marissa's? I need it for the weekend." I stared at the message for a second and typed, "I've got plans. Monday works better for me." Her reply came fast. "Plans? What plans?" I said, "Friend stuff." A tiny pause then, "This is weird." I didn't argue. I just let it sit, because this is the part people don't like hearing. Friendship does not mean instant access. Friendship does not mean I drop everything for you because you snapped your fingers. Saturday, she texted again. "Marissa and I are going to that new brunch place. Want to come?" I said, "Thanks, but I'm good. Have fun." "Come on," she wrote. "We always do Saturday brunch." I replied, "That was when we were dating. Enjoy your meal." 2 hours later she texted, "Why are you being like this?" "Like what?" I asked. "Distant, cold." I took a breath and wrote, "I'm being friendly, literally what you asked for." This was the first red flag I should have seen clearly. When someone says, "Let's be friends," but gets upset when you act like a friend, what they really want is the benefits without the label. By the second week, Tara was starting to crack. She showed up at our apartment on Tuesday while I was at work. She still had a key. She helped herself to groceries, did laundry, even took a shower. She left a note that said, "Borrowed some stuff. Hope that's cool." I texted her, "Hey, noticed you came by. I'll need the key back when you get a chance." What? She replied. Why, my friends have keys to my place. I said, my friends don't have keys to my place. You don't live here anymore. We can arrange times for you to get your stuff like friends do. She showed up that evening furious. You changed the locks, she said. I didn't, I said. I just rekeyed them. I gave notice. You no longer live here. I had a box ready with the things she would need immediately. The rest we could schedule calmly. She looked at the box like it insulted her. I can't believe you're being so petty, she said. Petty, I asked, or practical. None of my friends keep free access to my home. But I'm not just any friend, she snapped. I looked at her and said, according to you, that's exactly what you are. That's when the entitlement started showing in ways that weren't subtle anymore. She expected to still be my emergency contact, still be on my streaming accounts, still be on my Prime, still be on the shared phone plan we got for a discount. She wanted the same shared life, just without any responsibility to me. No, different relationship, different boundaries. That weekend our mutual friend group had a game night. I showed up solo. Tara showed up with a guy named Connor. She introduced him loudly like she wanted the room to notice. This is Connor. We met at yoga. Connor seemed fine, polite, normal. He also felt like a prop in a play he didn't understand. I shook his hand, welcomed him, then spent the night playing the game and treating Tara exactly like what she said she wanted to be. A friend. No special attention, no tension, no chasing. Halfway through the night, Tara cornered me in the kitchen. You don't even care that I'm here with someone else, she said. I said, why would I? We're friends. You're not even a little jealous, she pressed. I asked, are you jealous when your other friends date people? She opened her mouth, then shut it. Because the truth was simple. She didn't want friends. She wanted me to stay emotionally attached while she tested the world. At this point, what would you have done? Would you have begged for her back, or would you have held the line? That same night, Marissa was extra friendly with me. She kept finding reasons to talk, laugh at my jokes, touch my arm when she teased me. I didn't push anything. I just existed without Tara's shadow on me. The next morning, Tara texted, what was that with you and Marissa? What was what? I asked. The flirting, I wrote. We were just talking. Friends talk. She's my best friend, Tara said. And I'm your friend too, right? I replied. Friends can be friends with each other's friends. Radio silence for 3 days. Then Thursday she tried a new tactic. I think I made a mistake, she texted. About what? I asked. Us, maybe we should talk. Sure, I said. What's up? In person, she wrote. Over dinner, our place. Our place, I repeated in my head because she still spoke like she owned my time. I replied, I actually have plans. We can grab coffee Saturday afternoon if you want to chat. Plans with who? She asked. I said, does it matter? Friends don't need to report their schedules to each other. A pause. Then, is it Marissa? I wrote, coffee Saturday or no, she replied. This isn't how friends act. I typed, this is exactly how friends act. You're thinking of how boyfriends act. Common mistake. By week 3, Tara's finding herself plan was not going well. Connor from yoga ghosted her after 2 dates. Turns out he didn't want to be anybody's rebound or anybody's leverage. Meanwhile, I was living like a single guy who finally had peace and clear rules. Then Marissa made her move. She texted me one Thursday night. Random, but I have an extra ticket to a comedy show Saturday. Interested? I want to be clear. I didn't chase Marissa. I didn't plot. I didn't plan some revenge story. I hadn't even thought of her that way until she started showing interest. But she was fun, attractive, and direct. No games, no transition, no keeping me in limbo. I said, sure, sounds fun. She replied, great. Fair warning though, Tara's being weird about us hanging out. Just wanted you to know. Noted, I said. Still interested if you are. Definitely, she wrote. Pick you up at 7. Saturday came. I got dressed up and felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Free. As I was heading out, my phone exploded with messages from Tara. Are you serious right now? About what? I asked. Marissa told me you're taking her out. She invited me to a comedy show, I said. You can't date my best friend. Why not? I asked. We're both single. Because it's girl code, she wrote. She can't date my ex. I paused and typed, I thought I was your friend, not your ex. You know what I mean, she shot back, I replied. I really don't. Friends don't have dibs on who their friends can date. She called 17 times. I put my phone on silent. The date with Marissa was fantastic. We laughed so much my face hurt. She was fun in a way I hadn't noticed when she was just Tara's friend. Near the end, I said, I should probably tell you Tara is losing it. Marissa looked at me and asked, how do you feel about that? I said, I'm tired. Marissa nodded, then said, honestly, she's been a pretty crappy friend lately. Everything is about her journey and her growth. She literally told me last week that keeping you as a friend was her safety net in case she didn't find someone better. Word for word. I stared at her. She said that. Marissa nodded. That's what made me realize you deserved better, and that maybe I wanted to shoot my shot. We kissed goodnight, nothing more, just a simple first date kiss that felt calm and real. I posted nothing, told no one, but Tara still found out. Sunday morning at 6:00 a.m., she was pounding on my door. Open up. I know you're in there, I said through the door. It's 6:00 a.m., Tara. I don't care, we need to talk now. About what? I asked. You kissed her, my best friend. I opened the door just enough to stand in the frame. Tara looked rough, hair unwashed, eyes red, wearing the same clothes from Friday. You're doing this to hurt me, she said. I kept my voice even. I'm living my life. You decided we shouldn't be together. I said friends, she snapped, not that you could date my friends. You said you needed to find yourself, I said. I'm letting you while I move on. She tried to push past me into the apartment. I blocked her with my body. You don't live here anymore, I said. I have things inside, she argued. Then schedule a time to get them, I said. Like we discussed. You're being cruel, she said. I'm maintaining boundaries, I replied. There's a difference. That's when Tara stopped being sad and started being strategic. She started calling mutual friends, spinning it like I was revenge dating Marissa to punish her. Some people bought it. Most didn't. Our buddy Jake called me and said, Bro, Tara is telling people you're only dating Marissa to get back at her. I said, did she mention she dumped me to find herself but wanted to keep me around as a friend? Jake exhaled. She left that part out. Funny how that works. Then Tara crossed a line that made it more than drama. She called my office. She claimed to be my emergency contact and told them I was having a mental health crisis and needed time off. My boss called me in concerned. Your girlfriend called, he said. She sounded convinced you were struggling. I said, ex-girlfriend, I'm fine. She's having a hard time with the breakup. My boss looked uncomfortable. She seemed certain, I nodded. I'll handle it. Sorry she bothered you. I documented everything with HR. I started a paper trail. Not because I wanted a fight, but because adults protect themselves when someone else starts playing dirty. This is where the story stops being about heartbreak and starts being about control. When someone loses access to you and tries to harm your life, that's not love. That's entitlement with a tantrum. A month after the Let's Be Friends talk, Tara's plan had fully backfired. Marissa and I were officially dating. Not rushed, not dramatic, just real. We were enjoying each other without the constant testing and tension. Tara, on the other hand, spiraled. She tried to turn Marissa against me by sending her screenshots of old conversations. Love notes I wrote, couple photos, nothing explicit but clearly meant to stir emotions. Marissa showed me everything. She's trying to make me jealous of your past, she said. I asked, is it working? Marissa shook her head. No, it's actually showing me how patient you were with her. Then Tara tried what I can only describe as a panic move. At 2:00 a.m., she texted, we need to talk, I'm late. Late for what? I asked. You know what I mean, she wrote. I'm pregnant. I stared at the screen and replied, congratulations, who's the father? Are you serious? She wrote. You, I typed, interesting considering we haven't had sex in 2 months. It can take time to show up, she wrote, I said, and you've been with how many guys since then? She exploded. I can't believe you're accusing me of lying, I replied. I'm not accusing, I'm doing math. If you're pregnant and think it might be mine, let's handle it properly. Doctor appointment, paternity test when possible. Radio silence. The next day she texted, "False alarm, got my period. Convenient." Then she realized something else. When she left, she assumed I would keep paying for everything while she found herself. The apartment, utilities, and especially the shared phone plan. Her mom called me upset. "What's this about you canceling Tara's phone?" she asked. "I removed her from my plan," I said. "She needs her own." Her mom said, "But she can't afford that right now." I said, "Then she should have thought about that before ending our relationship." "You're being petty," her mom said. "After 2 years, I'm being practical," I replied. "Friends don't pay each other's phone bills." Tara took every boundary like it was an insult, because boundaries only feel offensive to people who were benefiting from you having none. The peak meltdown came when Tara found out Marissa and I were planning a weekend trip to a beach town. The same town Tara and I went to for our anniversary the year before. Tara sent me a long text about rewriting memories and disrespecting what we had. "How dare you take her to our special place," she wrote. I replied, "It's a public beach, you don't own it." "You know what you're doing," she wrote. "Yeah," I said, "taking my girlfriend on a nice weekend trip." "She's not your girlfriend," Tara wrote. "She's my friend." "Was," I replied, past tense. "She dropped you after you tried to guilt trip her for being happy." That's when Tara made her biggest mistake. She showed up at Marissa's work and caused a scene. Loud, emotional, accusing, security had to escort her out. Marissa called me shaken. "She's lost it," she said. "She screamed that you stole her life." I asked, "Do you want to file a restraining order?" Marissa was quiet, then said, "I might have to." We filed. The restraining order was the wake-up call Tara needed, at least on paper. That and getting fired for missing too many days while having her various meltdowns. Last I heard through mutual friends, she moved back in with her parents. She's in therapy, and some of it is court-mandated after the work incident. She's blocked everywhere by both me and Marissa. Connor from yoga is dating someone else and posting about it constantly, which I know would bother Tara if she still watched, but that's not my problem anymore. She works part-time at a bookstore now, and even then, the entitlement never fully broke. She sent one last email before I blocked that too. "I hope you're happy. You got everything you wanted. You turned my best friend against me, made me look crazy, ruined my life. All because you couldn't handle being just friends. I tried to let you down easy because I cared about you, but you had to be vindictive. You had to win. Congratulations. You and Marissa deserve each other." I didn't respond. What would be the point? In her mind, she was still the victim of some elaborate revenge plot instead of someone facing the consequences of her own choices. The truth is, I never planned any of this. When Tara said, "Let's be friends," I took her at her word. I treated her exactly like I treat my other friends, with boundaries, with respect, with appropriate distance. The fact that she couldn't handle that says everything about what she really wanted. She wanted me to pine, to wait, to stay available while she explored the world and kept me as a backup plan. She wanted boyfriend privileges with a friend label. When I refused to play that role, her whole plan collapsed. Marissa and I are still together. It's been good, calm, honest, adult. We joke sometimes about how strange the timing was, but mostly we just enjoy each other. Dating someone who knows what they want is refreshing. No transitions, no threats, no games. And if there's one thing I learned from this, it's simple. When someone says they want to be just friends after a serious relationship, believe them. Then actually treat them like a friend, nothing more, nothing less. Real friends want you to be happy. They don't expect you to sit in limbo while they figure themselves out. They don't feel entitled to your time, your home, your money, and your emotions just because you used to be together. Tara wanted all the benefits without the commitment. When I took her words seriously, friendship felt like punishment to her. But it wasn't punishment, it was just reality. Lesson 1. Let's be friends only works if both people accept the new boundaries. If one person wants the old benefits, that's not friendship. Lesson 2. If someone gets angry when you stop giving them access, they weren't missing you. They were missing what you provided. Lesson 3, clear boundaries are not petty. They are protection, especially when someone starts rewriting the story. Lesson 4, dating after a breakup is not revenge, it's moving on. The breakup ends the claim. Lesson 5, a person who truly cares will want you to heal and grow even if it's without them. Control is not care. What would you have done if your ex asked to be friends but still acted entitled to your home, your accounts, and your time? And do you think people like Tara ever learn the difference between love and entitlement without losing something real?